Welcome back to Inside South Florida. Local author Carole Hausman is writing a series of books entitled My Dream for You. They're all about the bond between parent and child, and here she is to tell you all about it. Carole, welcome to the show. It's good to have you here.
Thank you so much.
All right, are you going to read to us for the next 8 minutes? Is that what's going on?
I will do whatever you want.
We'll save that for now, but maybe
Okay.
maybe later. So the book is My Dream for You is Happiness. It's
Yes.
the first of the My Dream for You series.
Yes.
All right, tell us about it.
I wanted to create a series that kind of is reminiscent of when my grandmother would read to me when I was a little girl. Like she was such a busy woman, but everything would kind of come to a standstill, and she would just put me in her lap. It was almost like a meditation, and we could take that journey together in that book. And I wanted to create a series that kind of has that bond for the reader and the child.
What was the inspiration? Did somebody say, hey, I need something to read to my kids? How did it start?
Well, I do have some friends who all were having kids, and I wanted to get books for them. And there aren't a lot of very thoughtful books with this kind of message, or a lot of them are, about your ABCs or counting, which is great, but I wanted to do something a little different.
All right, so you mentioned that, and you talked a little tiny bit about it, but dive into it for us. What is the book about if we read it?
The book is about being happy, and anybody can be happy. You don't have to be tall to be happy. You don't have to have a lot of toys to be happy.
I'm thrilled you said that, by the way, because as a guy who's not tall, it's good to know that I can still be happy. Yeah, because I've been miserable up until right now.
See?
But thank you for empowering
There
me.
you go.
Yes.
There you go. But things may not always go your way, but it's okay.
Yeah.
You'll still be happy.
It's going to be all right. Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
It's going to be all right.
Right.
And this is the first of a series. What else are we going to have?
The next book is called My Dream for You is Wonder.
Okay.
And it's being illustrated right now, and it is so beautiful.
Aw.
Yes.
Why is it so beautiful?
Because Joanne Raptis is my illustrator, and she is incredible.
Yeah, that's a great story, how you found your illustrator, right? Tell us
Yes.
about that. Is that one of her illustrations there?
Yes.
You can hold that up, too, if you'd like.
I had been looking for about a year and a half for an illustrator, and do you know that you can look all over the world for an illustrator? You can go on people who are graphic designers.
Yeah, I did not know. Yeah.
Over in India, everywhere. And
Yeah.
so I had searched the world for about a year and a half, and one day I was on Twitter and I saw this drawing, and I said, that's the person who I want to do my book. So she's not a children's book illustrator. She doesn't know me. So I found her name on here, and I tracked her down. I Googled her. She's a student in New York City, and I said, will you meet with me? I want you to do my book. And she was so kind, and
That's so
she agreed.
cool.
Yeah.
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 Social media, it's incredible how people can just find people from all over the world.
Yeah, and she wasn't trying to sell herself in this. She just drew a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can draw like a few stick figures. If you want to go for like a simple book,
Okay.
yeah, from
Okay.
maybe people that like aren't really visually like inclined. You know what I mean?
That's great. It's a great idea.
Like here's a book with dull illustrations. Like I would be your guy for that for sure.
Wonderful.
Yeah. How many books do you think you're gonna have in the series?
Probably 7.
Okay. Have you already planned out what they're gonna be?
Yes.
Do you want to share that, or is that top
No,
secret?
top secret.
Top secret. Okay, good. Well, that's exciting. So you grew up on a farm, right?
I did.
Yeah. Yeah. Small town girl, and now all of a sudden you're in the big city.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that influence your writing at all? Your writing style? Your childhood?
I think so. I think as a little girl, I was always under a tree or in a creek bed or on a hay bale, reading or writing. And now, even as a grown woman, when I write, I like to be outside in this
Baling
beautiful
hay.
tropical air.
Yeah.
It's a little nicer smell now.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Did I read that you're influenced by Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood?
I loved Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood when I was a little girl.
Okay.
And I think these books kind of have that same message of kindness and acceptance. At the end of every show, Mr. Rogers would say, I like you just the way you are. And I thought, how sweet is that? And so I think that's what these books kind of have, that same spirit.
Wasn't he like taking off shoes or putting on sweaters, or he was doing something,
Every
right?
time, yeah.
Yeah. But you don't do that when you write.
There's
just to
no
get,
changing of clothes. It's
Okay, just
yeah.
to get in the zone, you don't
Right.
do.
That would be funny.
That would be funny. And one of the things I noticed is that the kids in the book are very diverse.
Yes.
That was important for you?
It was very important to me. I wanted every child who reads the book to be able to identify with someone in the book. So I wanted there to be boys and girls, black, white, and all in the book. And also there's one character who's constant, and that's Nicholas. the dog. So he's in the whole series. But other than that, there's just different kids throughout the book.
And it's a good book for babies too, right? Who may not understand the story.
Right. Because babies who aren't old enough to know what the words mean can't understand the feeling behind the words. And it's never too early to start reading to kids or babies. So, I mean, this book is a great first book, even for newborns.
And it's good for parents too, right? There's a takeaway
Right.
for parents.
Well, it's about the bond. It kind of is designed to strengthen the bond. So if it's your parent or grandparent or aunt or uncle or godparent, I think it's a really nice book.
It just sounds all very peaceful and relaxing. Yeah.
Well, it's a children's book. It should be.
So you write this all day. What happens when you go to like your angry Carole Ann place? Like if it's like a tough day and like your cable bill was too high or like
Right.
your sink isn't working. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
And you're just mad. You don't like. Do you still write books about wonder and joy? Or do you write like my dream for you is to like get out of the house and get your own job and leave me alone? Have you written that book yet?
I have not written that book, but this is my spare time job. I have a job at a law firm, so I can get my aggression out.
Sure. Yeah,
in
just
that
you
way.
know, just taking it out on clients. or
Exactly,
whatever.
right,
Yeah, that's
right.
fine. But this is your happy place.
This is my happy place.
And you were telling me before we started, you were like, look, can I say my website because I like to read to kids. So people want to hire you or have you come out and read to kids, they can do that.
They can contact me through my website at www.mydreamforyou.org.
mydreamforyou.org.
Yes.
Will you break away at some point after this series of 7 books, and will you write like a murder mystery or an espionage thriller, or is it this is it?
I don't see a murder mystery
No,
coming from
not
me.
happening?
No.
Okay.
But maybe some other types of books.
You know, I know this lady, J.K. Rowling. Right?
Yes.
She just wrote a couple of books.
Just a book here.
You know, and she's done all right for herself. So maybe I'll give you her number. You can call her, chat her up.
I would love that.
Yeah, is that like the sort of the grand inspiration? I get it. You probably didn't write these to be a multimillionaire, but hey, who would complain if it happened, right?
Right.
Yeah, but it can happen just from taking up writing and writing a book and boom.
You know what? This is really more of a labor of love, and I'm
Yeah.
happy with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you give one of the characters a lightning bolt on their head, it might help. That's all I'm saying.
I'll remember that. I'll let Joanne know.
Yeah, please do,
Okay,
right?
okay.
It has worked before. So good to meet you. You're so fun. And if you'd stay, I'd like for you to read to my staff.
I would be
I
happy
think it'll
to.
just be adorable.
I would love that.
Warm milk, blankets, we'll just nap it up. Caroline,
Thank you.
good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
All right,
Thank you,
continued
Dave.
success. We'll have you back here for the next one.
Wonderful.
Okay,
All
there it
right.
is.